Woo. Check it. Yo, wreck it. 1, 2. In your eardrums. Gin G on the beat. Tickling. Yo. What up? Check it.
What up? Welcome into LG's house. I am LG. That is Gary Snyder. I think that's the first time I said your name right ever since we started the show. I always put the Schnei in there, like it's like SCH, but
yeah,
Snyder.
It happens all the time.
Yeah.
It's all good.
Yeah.
Ain't no thing.
It ain't no thing but a chicken wing.
On the string from Burger King.
Great Outcast song.
Yeah, it is.
Anyway, yeah. Oh, well, Gary's up in here.
What's up, y'all? Glad
Yeah.
to have me again for your 7th show. You stacking
Is it
the,
7? I think it's
number
6.
Is it 6?
I think
Okay.
it's 6. But you've done 4 out of... Well, it might be 7. I have to look at that. You're right. It might be 7.
Hey, well, it's good to be
I
here.
might have labeled it wrong on the stream. I don't remember what I put.
No judgment here. It's all good.
Yeah. How you doing, man? It's been a week at least.
Been a week.
Has it been a week?
Yeah,
about a week.
Yeah, that's just kind of same old. Just been working. Avoiding Fiesta the way that I do. From the way that I bash on it.
Yeah.
So-
Well, yeah, it's over. This is the last. Well, today's the last day of Fiesta.
Yeah.
I mean, most of the events are done.
So today, what's the last event? Is it like a
You got
parade
me.
or anything?
You got me,
I don't
bro.
know.
I don't even know.
Do we suck
Yeah.
at being the San Antonians, or are we just ahead of the curve and we're just done with it? Probably just
We're
done
pretty
with
terrible. I'm a pretty terrible San Antonian. I'll have to admit to that. Yeah.
Well, there's things
I don't enjoy the town as much as I should, or take advantage of the certain things that we do
Well, there's things
that are available to us.
No, and you're right. I'm
Yeah.
the same way. Like when I was living in Austin for almost like 20 years, there was all these things that you had to do, like while you're living in Austin. And
Yeah, you got
I mean,
you got to kayak the polluted lake in front of downtown. You got to go to the Bat Cave.
got to see the
you know?
bats. Got to see the bats. But there's also like different so-called like restaurant institutions, bar institutions that you got to check out, pop in. And honestly, I just missed a lot of it, and I'm like, fuck it.
You know what? I today, speaking of not taking advantage of San Antonio's amenities, I went to the Judson Trailhead in Almus Park today and walked around the Judson nature trails over there, and it has nothing to do with like where Judson ISD is because it's in Almus Park, and I had no idea these trails even existed, and it's beautiful. It like takes you by the dam. There's all these trees, and it's just nature. Lots of mosquitoes, though. But I don't ever take advantage of that. And a lot of people don't even know about like how the mission trails, like they all connect, and our greenways like all connect.
I mean, if you do that trail, it's like a 20-mile trail, right? It's like
I didn't do the whole thing.
Okay,
Yeah.
Like I heard it. Like it's kind of like what you're saying.
Oh, you're talking about the mission trail?
Yeah.
Yeah. I've never done it. See, I'm a bad San Antonian. I've never done it. I've been to like some of the missions. I can't even remember which ones.
I mean, I've done rails, but not trails, baby.
Ah, shit.
But see, the thing about it is like this is why I got that Forerunner, because I wanted to do more camping experiences, right?
Yeah.
And people obviously were telling me like certain spots to hit, like I guess in the surrounding areas of San Antonio, but I honestly want to hit more like East Texas, West Texas, Big Bend area.
I've never been to Big Bend. I've never been to Marfa. I've driven like through that area on the way to New Mexico and whatnot, but
I haven't been either, and I want to go. Not because I want to take my.
I heard it's
picture.
great.
Yeah,
I heard it's great.
I mean, I don't want to take a picture in front of that pretentious Prada store, but So I ain't trying to do that, but I just love small town vibes, and I'm a big small town dude type situation. So like, it'll be great to do some of my first camping with my new car, my Toyota.
Yep.
To do that with.
Do it, man.
So that's kind of what I want to do. But going back to San Antonio and the trails, like I don't know, like I guess I'm just missing the mark. I'm sure there's a lot of trails out there that are badass and stuff, but yeah, I just never did the trails here in SA. I did them in Oregon, but there are some really, really cool trails there.
Apparently, we have a really good system here as well, too. 21 for Life Hall of Fame is in here.
Hey, what's up, man?
He says, Gary's a good dude, as Puma would say. Yeah,
awesome, man. Thank you, brother.
Gary's a good dude. Not a great dude, but a good dude.
I try. I got my faults.
Yeah.
But that was in the past. That was Spring Break 95.
Also says that Mission Trail is great for the riding, intense climbs in many spots along the SA River. That's what I've learned.
Dude, thank you for that knowledge drop, because I'm ignorant to the knowledge of the trails here, man.
Ignorant.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't do one Fiesta event, sad to say. I should have. I just didn't get out. I was very lazy.
I mean, or should you? I mean, it's
I should have done at least one.
I mean,
thing.
there has to be some.
Well, I did go out last night, and that's a first. You know, I don't. That's like a first in a long time. I don't go out unless I have like a purpose. Like I went out specifically just to go out and to socialize and to have a drink.
But I today though actually is a very, very important day. So
What's today?
Well, May the 4th be with you. And do you know about that?
It's a bunch of dorks get in a circle and jerk it.
I see you fucking hating me. Hating on me.
Well, it's the biggest holiday for people who don't know, or maybe party time. Woo! Come on, I'm partying with that dude.
Is it a party time?
I think it's party
that
time,
dude parties, bro.
Dude,
he's got cabaret going on. He's
Star
got the
Wars.
band.
Dude, I'm partying there, man.
Dude,
I party
Jabba
with
parties, bro.
Dude,
too bad he got choked out, but he parties.
Bro, I've partied with people that look like him. It's all fun. It's all, man, it's all good. Duh. But they're cool, man. They're cool people.
There's a lot of people in
good.
San Antonio that might have Java syndrome, unfortunately.
Jabba syndrome.
Especially after Fiesta time and too many chicken on the sticks. Yeah.
Well, May the 4th be with you. Anyway.
Are you a big Star Wars fan? Are you huge on Star Wars?
No, I'm not like. I mean, I respect the F out of it. I think it's badass. Like my one of my very close friends, who is my older brother's best friend, he went by the Geek Father, and he was a huge Star Wars geek. You know what I mean? Fan. I mean, he was like the head.
Is there a word for Star Wars fans? Like Star Trek is Trekkies, but they're sorry to derail you from.
No.
Honestly, I don't think there is.
Honestly,
There's not.
I don't know. You have to
Fanboys?
You have to ask the experts.
There's got to be.
Yeah, but anyways, this guy was a huge fan of Star Wars. But the contrast to that super hardcore nerddom that he was, and he admitted it, like, oh, I'm a nerd, and I think back then it used to be
Nerds.
Like, yeah,
I need to get that drop.
Well, it used to be like slander, but now it's not. Everyone says I'm a nerd, and like, no, you're not, because nerds, true nerds, I mean, they got picked on, like they got bullied. But the thing about this guy was that he was a 6'7", intimidating big black guy. He looked like he was a linebacker for the Detroit Lions. I mean, he was just a big fucking intimidating dude. And I remember one time he told me the story that there was a new toy figure coming out, and I forgot what toy. I don't know if it was Star Wars or something else, but he was also like a nerd for other things. And he was the first in line. It was at Toys R Us, and they're getting this new figurine coming out. And I remember this guy walks up to him, all covered in tats. Hey, what's going on over here? And I was like, oh, like there's a new like toy figurine coming out, and I want to get it. And the guy just looked at him so confused, because like obviously the guy's like looking at him like so confused, because he's just a big intimidating guy. And I love that contrast about
He doesn't look like a dork.
No, he does not look like a dork.
Right.
But I don't know. That's a good homeboy of mine. Rest in peace. He did pass away a few years ago. He's one of his last words, because his friend, he was slipping away. His and his friend who was taking care of him was, what do you want to watch on DVD or whatever? And he said, The Empire Strikes Back. And then shortly after that, he passed away. His last words were Empire Strikes Back. Isn't that fucking hardcore?
Did he watch it?
That's a fan.
Is that the last movie he watched?
That's the last movie he watched, man.
That's my favorite Star Wars.
Rest
right there.
in peace, homie. Yeah,
I don't really like the expanded universe that Disney's taking the franchise to, because they're doing, like with Marvel, they did the same thing with Star Wars. They just blew it up and doing as many spin-offs as they can, just cashing that check. And there's been a few. Obi-Wan was pretty good. I haven't seen the new season. The first season was all right. I haven't seen the new season there. Rogue One was good, but the mainline Star Wars trilogies have been trash.
Yeah.
They have not been good. Like, none of them.
See,
I mean, since the originals. Since 4, 5, and 6.
Yeah, and again, I'm not like this hardcore fan where I can pick everything apart and see where they got things wrong. I like The Mandalorian. I thought I got a little cutesy.
I liked it at first,
but at the end.
The little Yoda Grogu or whatever. Yeah. It's all right. Yeah, come on now, come on.
It was a little bit too cutesy.
It reminded me
of
of Phantom Menace a little bit. They took it a little too far with that.
Yeah. But I like certain aspects of The Mandalorian. I mean, come on, everyone I think got a little like tearjerker.
I did. I liked the first episode
of
the first season of Mandalorian. I was hooked. But that was also Disney's first foray into that. That their first like super spinoff that was supposed to like had all this hype behind it. You know what I mean? It's a bounty hunter, Boba Fett, Mandalorian, blah blah blah. People have Mandalorian tattoos. You know what I mean? Like we have a friend that our good friend Sean. He has a Mandalorian tattoo. It's a huge deal.
Yeah. Well, it is, man. But
It's a huge deal. And in 21 for Life says Mandalorian is good. That's about it.
Okay.
I thought Rogue One was good,
Can't
and
be
I
wrong
thought
with that.
Obi-Wan was good. But I do like Ewan McGregor. I'm a fan of Ewan. So, and I'm glad that he's like reprising his role as Obi-Wan.
That's kind of crazy that to be so much into something where you get a tat of that on you. Like one of the funniest tats that I ever saw. This is when I was working at Joe's Crab Shack on the Riverwalk. There was a cook in the back, and he was so proud of this. And he was like, "Hey, Gary, like check out these tats I got." And it was a whole sleeve of Insane Clown Posse. He's like, "This is the mystery checks, the mystery box," and he was naming off like this is albums, this, and he was really like looking like proud of it. And I remember I was just like, "Damn, dude, like you put that on you?" Like I was just kind of stunned because I didn't know what to say, and I didn't want to hurt his feelings, so I was like, "Oh, okay." Like like I had to retract. I could tell that he got a little sad that I wasn't like, "Oh fuck," like high fiving him.
You weren't all gung ho about it.
Yeah, man. But I was like, "Damn, dude." Like, I mean, I understand. Like maybe if it was like I don't know, like, and I wouldn't do this any band, but like I get it if it was something like the Beatles and there's like some lyrics or something like that. I get it, but like Insane Clown Posse, man, like
They're
for
called
real?
they're called juggalos, man.
He was a hardcore juggalo.
Yeah. Did he paint his face and like all that?
No, I didn't hang out with them like that. I ain't trying to, dude. First of all, if you show me an Insane Clown,
Don't mess with the juggalos, man.
Look,
you don't know what they can do.
Look, no hate on them because hey, they're part of a community. Fuck it, I'm not gonna hate on them. But I just thought that was so insane to like a band, especially Insane Clown Posse, which is kind of ICP. That's what he called them.
Yeah, ICP.
Yeah, you got to break it down. I just thought that was kind of insane to just have that tatted on your body. I think that was the most insane tat that I ever saw when it comes to that.
That's pretty crazy. Do you have any tattoos?
Nope.
Zero.
Nothing. Man. I'm a virgin. Yeah.
Virgin wouldn't do that, by the way. No, why no tattoos?
I don't know.
Okay, who brought the dog?
I'm sorry.
Nah, your dog's cool. Your dog totally hates
She's
me.
the official mascot of the show right here.
Is she? Oh, gosh, she hates me.
So yeah, why? You don't desecrate your temple, which is your body.
Yeah. Well, I mean, yeah. Well, my body's one of those shitty temples you see in India. There's rats everywhere, so that's my body. That's my
you're talking where they let the cows just like walk
Shit
through
everywhere.
the middle and dump. Yeah.
Yeah. See, that's my temple is the shitty temple. So no, it's nothing about that. I love tats. I think they look great. I think they look great on dudes. They look sexy on women. I don't know. I just never like pulled the trigger on it. I need to.
I'm the same way.
Yeah. I mean, there's nothing wrong against it.
Is there anything in your mind that say like, if I ever did get a tat, that's what I would get?
It will probably be dedications to like friends that passed
Friends
away.
or family. Yeah, mine's the same way. Mine's sentimental. Yeah.
It'll be all sentimental stuff.
Yeah, mine's definitely sentimental.
Yeah, for sure, man. So
James Aguirre is in here.
What's
he
up,
says,
James?
Haven't watched shit since Han Solo. I thought it was better than people gave it credit for. Rogue One was dope.
Okay, cool.
They were both those shows were dope. Or one was a movie and one's a TV show, but they're both dope. I might jump into the second season of Han Solo. Oh, no, you said Han Solo. I never watched Han Solo. I thought you said Obi-Wan. I never watched Han Solo. I have to give it a look. It's like the coming up of Han as a smuggler.
It's a coming of age story, I guess. Like for Han.
It's an origin story of Han, I believe. Yeah.
To me, my favorite,
but it's not a Harrison Ford. Sorry.
My favorite coming of age story is Stand By Me. When's the last time you've seen Stand By Me?
It's been a while, but I actually just watched a coming of age movie, which it's a modern movie. It's called Booksmart.
Okay.
And it's pretty freaking funny, dude. Like,
okay.
It stars Jonah Hill's little sister of all people, and she's hilarious.
Nice.
But it's like it reminds me of an 80s like coming of age story, like Stand By Me or Dazed and Confused or stuff like that.
There was nothing that was to me better Okay, the way that, like, again, the writing was, the acting was, everything when it came to Stand By Me, to me, it's the perfect, like, little boy's coming of age story. Now, I don't know how it is to be a little girl, but as far as being a little boy, going on ventures with your friends, doing fart jokes, fucking campfires. I mean, that is like the best little boy's coming of age story of, like, I feel like of all time. That's my.
Is that the one where they find the dead body?
Yeah. That's the one
Okay,
they
all
finally
right,
did.
yeah. Yeah, it's good. Yeah, I'm a huge fan of anything 80s. And coming of age stories are great. Like Toxic Avenger, we talked about this last week. That's somewhat of a coming of age story. It's a high school kid getting bullied,
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah. Okay, all right.
It's, I mean,
I can't argue against it. I mean, okay.
they're all good. All coming of age
I see
stories
the
are good. Yeah. Freaks and Geeks was a great TV series if you haven't ever seen that one.
Never.
It's
never
like
watched it.
Seth Rogen, James Franco, Linda Cardellini. All when they're young, they play like they're high school kids. It's coming of age stuff.
Okay.
Blah blah blah. It was in one season. It was Judd Apatow produced it. It was a TV series that only lasted one season.
Yeah, never watched it, but all good.
It's on what is it on? Prime. It's on Prime. Orale, LG.
Woo!
Right on with the pronunciation. Aguirre. I just took a shot of tequila and did a grito. Oh, shit, man. Damn. I feel like we need shots of tequila.
Dude, bust them out.
Yeah.
Cheers, man.
Can you carry the show while I go get shots of tequila?
Yeah,
All
I guess
right,
we get
carry
some
the
tequila
show.
shots for life.
Talk to Aguirre, the official Spanish speaker of Better Off Show.
Yeah. Well,
I'll be right back.
James is kind of funny. I'm the
You're
whitest
going
Mexican.
full screen. Here we go.
Am I full screen?
Yeah.
Oh, this is full time. Oh,
Uh-oh.
I look so fat.
Carry the show. Don't suck.
Now you just fucked it all up. Now I'm scared and nervous. Hurry up and get back here. I'm fucking nervous. Yeah. James, 24 Live. I'm glad y'all can join us, man. And thanks, James, for swaying us to take tequila shots because that's what we're gonna do. And it's been a long weekend. Espolón is our sponsor.
We got to get to our sponsor after we take these shots. We actually do have an official sponsor of the show.
Check it out. We're moving on up.
And it's big time. Let me pour some of this.
There we go.
Thank you to the captain for providing the tequila shots tonight.
Mm-hmm.
Woo! This is the captain's reserve.
Oh, God.
I'm dipping
It looks kind of pervy, though, if I just put my hand back like that. Oh, fuck it. You should have cut your nails.
We got the shot.
All right. Hey, this is for everyone joining us. Okay, cool. What isn't?
Here we are. Hello.
So 24 Life is because he was doing a duty to fill up these shot glasses with delicious tequila.
Gary doesn't know what you're referencing there,
Oh.
21 for life, but
bad.
I was doing a duty.
Oh my God.
I left so I can do this. That's about all I can say about that. Right there.
All right, let's toast him up.
Actually, let's cheers to this, and I'll pull back the curtain a little bit.
Cheers, guys. Much love, man.
Come here towards the edge here. Over. Right
Oh,
there.
yeah.
Okay,
I see.
right
I
there.
see. Hold on. Where are we at?
A little up, right there.
Okay, hold up. Crank.
Right
And
there.
clink.
Clink. Cheers.
Shit.
Oh, that was more than 1 ounce.
Yes, it was. It was so smooth and good. Yeah. That'd be funny.
Salud. 21 for life. Are you the dude who does the paella at the UTSA things? Because I want in next time. I haven't tried it yet. If you're that guy, I want in. All right. In the building. There was some business decisions that I didn't agree with. And I felt that it would be in the best interest of both parties if I stood aside for them to have whatever they want to do. They can go in that direction, and I can focus on other things because they needed to be let go of me.
Okay.
They needed to be free. So that's why I'm no longer doing anything with Love You Hard TV or in the building.
Okay.
We had some business differences, and I made a decision to walk away. I wasn't fired. I wasn't forced out. I made a decision to walk away so I could pursue other interests, and so they could pursue the path that they wanted to take. That's why I left in the building.
See, I heard is because you kept trying to jerk off on everybody, and they got tired of your shenanigans. And
Well, that's part of it too. Yeah.
well, yeah, I mean, that's why I'm going to get fired from this show. I mean, I'm going to be jerking off of you.
Well, luckily, like none of us are in business together, so
No contracts, yeah.
yeah. I was officially like legally part of the Love You Hard TV LLC, so we had to do lawyers and everything to get me out of it.
Wow.
And yeah, it was a big decision. Like if 6 months ago, I would have never thought I would ever leave Love You Hard TV, but
It happens, right? These things happen.
certain directions, certain paths get taken, decisions get made, and I disagreed, and we agreed to disagree. So I left the company, and here we are.
See, the situation I was when I moved to Oregon to help with my friend's edible business.
Oh, damn.
And I told you about that, right? When I moved up there for that.
Marijuana.
Oh, yeah. And it was multiple things, but that was part of like the reason of me moving up to Eugene, Oregon. Specifically, it's a small town. It's about like an hour and a half away from south of Portland. And Eugene is a beautiful spot. Like, I love Eugene. I would like to move back there at some point. But anyways, I go there, and we just had conflict of interest, where we want the business to go and things like that. And I think he was more of looking for an investor and for me just to shut the fuck up. But I'm not going to throw $40,000, $50,000 towards somebody where I feel like their business model isn't good.
Yeah.
So he was very petty with the business. So it wasn't as complex like with you, where you're dealing with lawyers. It was just more of like, hey man, this ain't working.
You had more of a handshake deal, yeah.
It was a handshake deal, man.
Well, I had to, it was like a divorce almost for me, and it could have gone down a little bit, more friendly between us, and it was sudden. So that's why a lot of the listeners and viewers were like, "What the fuck happened?"
Yeah, what happened?
And yeah, it was sudden. Like that morning, on February 17th, I think it was, or 16th. That morning, I thought I was going to do a show, and then we had a business meeting, and then after the business meeting, I knew that where my future was headed, and it was not with Love You Hard TV.
Are you still going to maintain a friendship, or now it's a little bit frayed?
Honestly, it's a little awkward.
Yeah,
I'm still, I'm still friends with Mike, and I'm not gonna like block everybody out of my life, and I'm not gonna be petty and just hold a grudge.
Exactly.
I wish them the best.
Good.
There's plenty of room for content in this city. There's plenty of room for content creators. They have their fans. We have fans, and some of them are the same people. Yeah. And I appreciate that. And I will call the fans of this show Thunderdome.
Oh yeah.
And I appreciate, the career and the platform that working with those two have given me, especially Mike, because, I was producing his show for, a decade ago.
A long time.
Yeah, a long time.
Sure. Well, there's one thing. Definitely one thing I know about you. Is that you're not petty. You keep
I'm
it
not
100%.
I don't hold a grudge against anybody. I wish them 100% success in the pathways that they've chosen to go. I chose to go a different path, and so I will not be headed that way with them. Yeah. Wherever they end up, I wish them the best of luck. I'm headed this way. I'm going to do what I want to do, and I'm happier and a lot more free to do what I can now that I've made that decision, and I have a goal at the end of the road in my head that I'm aiming for. So,
well, I mean, like the cool thing about it is like you left them to do your own thing, and then because of that, you got your first sponsor.
That's true. And let's go ahead and go to our first sponsor of the show.
Exciting.
The first sponsor ever. Gary, do you want to just set this up, or should we just go to commercial right now? We'll be right back.
Let's go to commercial. Let's let the viewers take a look at it and tell us, what they think.
All right. With that being said, we'll be right back.
Ryder presents Stories from the Supply Chain.
As a beverage distributor, real-time visibility is what uncorks your true potential.
So Southern Glazers teamed with Ryder to modernize their fleet and logistics, improving productivity and performance.
Our partnership is well-balanced, like a 96 Bordeaux.
With Ryder Share, you see shipments in real time, which keeps your fleet and supply chain moving.
Cheers to top-shelf logistics.
Ka-ching. See your profits grow with supply chain and transportation solutions from Ryder.
Okay.
I'm a star.
Did y'all notice that at the end there?
Woo!
I'm just gonna back this up a little bit here.
If you look close, you can
What's
see my
that?
elbow.
Who's that right
Who's
there?
that? Who's that? I'm kind of
Wait,
famous.
Let me. Is my telestrator working? Oh, there it is. Who's that guy that's slightly out of focus
Out
in
of
the
focus,
background there?
yeah. Now, okay, first of all, you know how much dick I had to suck to get the blurry photo in the
I
fucking...
used to suck dick for coke.
I had to do that. I had to do that.
You suck dick to be an extra?
Extra dicks. All West Side. But yeah, that's the commercial I was in, man. It got kind of a big deal, bro.
That's kind of a big deal. That's a big brand. I mean, I see those trucks everywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we're not actually sponsored by Ryder, by the way, but
Right.
Gary was in the video here.
I mean, that's my first commercial. It's not my first time on television, but it's my first, commercial that I've ever been in.
Yeah.
And
I
I
like
got-
the smile. You got the smile going on.
Hey,
I like
man,
that.
I passed the test, man.
Yeah.
Like, so the guy that gave me this slot is a really, really good friend of mine. He's a director. He does. He started off in marketing and advertising in Austin, and that's where he made his money. And then from there, because of his creativity and the people that he knows, you know, he got into directing, and he did a commercial that was in the Super Bowl for Barbasol, the shaving
wow.
cream. So his credentials are pretty damn good. Gary looks like he should. Fuck yeah, James, man.
Somebody's been listening.
James, man.
You gotta go back like
Hey,
3
man.
or 4 episodes to know what James is referencing there.
Yeah, James, you're hardcore, man. Yeah, shit, man. I did that.
Sorry, he derailed your story.
Oh,
there.
no. You're all good,
Yeah.
James, bro. You're good, bro. Okay, I want to give a little bit of, I want to give some flowers to my homeboy Rich, who's the director and is the one that wrote the whole script, to this thing. Okay, so, excuse me if this is a little bit long-winded, but I'm going to go back a little bit. Okay, so moving to Austin, one of my goals of moving to Austin was to surround myself around people that were thriving. Because I feel like from, growing up in the hood and things of that nature, I'm surrounded by people that are surviving. You know what I mean? There's this survival mode kind of deal. So being around people that are thriving is something that's a little bit alien. It doesn't mean that you can't figure it out yourself and start to thrive, but for the most part, you're just surviving the whole time. So moving to Austin was me kind of switching it up. And, I'm surrounded by good friends and stuff, but it's like birds of a feather flock together type stuff. So I wanted to switch it up. So let's fast forward a little bit. I started to become a personal trainer, and I'm working at this personal training studio at 30 years old. And in this studio is a hub of a lot of very, very cool people that are successful. They're older, 50, 60 plus. And one of those people was Rich. And me and Rich developed a really, really cool relationship. And Rich is, the director of this commercial. And he literally just called me up. Was like, "Hey, I need an extra 2 hours of time, $300. You'll just
Damn,
dude, you just be smiling."
That's a high pay for an extra, bro.
Yeah.
No lines.
No
lines.
Honestly, I was
You
kind of
got the high pay.
dude. It was
pay.
a legit production.
Did they provide lunch?
Oh yeah, it's
You got the royal treatment, bro. They rolled out the red carpet for you, bro.
dude. It's straight up like makeup, wardrobe.
I've been an extra with the line, and I didn't even get paid for it,
Dude,
and it's in a movie, on Netflix.
Yeah.
Dude,
like it was legit, and I knew it was legit because I knew he's been doing this.
I got paid in KFC. That was my payment.
Dan, what the what fucking movie set was this?
I was doing a favor. It's actually called Supernatural Activity, and it was a spoof movie spoofing the paranormal activities. And my good friend I went to high school with, shout out to Andrew Poza. He wrote the screenplay and directed it, and he asked me to be an extra one day, and I had no idea that they were going to give me lines, but they did. Not those kind of lines.
It's called cocaine.
Duh, baby. Come on. All day. We're partying.
I probably would have played the role better if I had done a little bit, but
Well, see, like again, like meeting Rich at this gym, I can tell right away that he was a person of good character and he was successful. So when you're again growing up from the hood in San Antonio, you want to switch things up. You kind of learn these little tidbits of trying to just better yourself and just be successful. And one of those little tidbits of information was to surround yourself around people, that are successful, right? Mm-hmm. So now I found myself in a situation where I'm like surrounded by a lot of successful people and they're just good fucking people. And Rich was one of those. So we became like just really, really good friends, like almost to the point to where, I won't say almost. I mean, to the point to where I house sat for him, and I would also even like dog sit for him when he eventually got a dog. And his house is fucking pimp. Like he lives in $1 million home, that's on the top of the hills in Westlake in Austin, super rich area.
It's a nice area,
dude. It's like infinity pool table, hot tub, fucking jam room with all like the drums. And I mean, it's just like, it's a bachelor's like playground. It's like a lot of like fun. So of course, when he was like, hey, can you like house sit? I'm like, fuck yeah, I can. Let's do that. Fucking house sitting all day.
Yeah, I'm gonna throw a party.
Yeah, man. So I was just like, and I got a funny story about his dog. Okay, so he entrusted me, of course, like with the house sitting, and then when he got a dog, I was doing the dog sitting situation with him. So the thing about his house is that it's so isolated and surrounded by woods. Like again, it's on a fucking hill in Westlake. Now it's a little bit more saturated, I guess, but like back then it wasn't. So it really had. If you stayed more than a couple of days at this badass house, like you just feel so isolated. Like it doesn't feel like you're living in Austin, and it also feels like there's a serial killer like in the woods looking at you.
You feel like a Kubrick movie, like The Shining or something at the Overlook Hotel.
Exactly, like because it's the place is so big, and when you like talk to yourself, because I talk to myself a lot, you hear the echo. It's like that big,
yeah.
And then like there's big like windows, like so people can like look in. Of course,
it's a house that needs to have a lot of people in it. Otherwise, you feel like you're in a freaking The Shining.
It's just one of those rich ass fucking homes where it doesn't feel homey. It just feels like, damn, it's just like
it's too much.
It's just it's just like, so it used to freak me out. I can only stay there for a couple of days. So I'm dog sitting / house sitting, and after about it was day 3, I was thinking like, you know what? I'm feeling creepy. I feel like there's a serial killer in the woods. I need to get out of here. Let me just have one day where I stay, at my apartment, sleep in the bed. But I got Wrigley, that's the dog's name. I got Wrigley with me.
Oh.
And Wrigley's a medium-sized dog. It's kind of like almost like one of those big poodles. And I'm like, okay, I'll just take Wrigley with me, and he'll just stay inside the room. And this is when I was living with Sean, and I didn't want Wrigley running around outside of my room because I'm afraid he might eat something and choke or just annoy Sean, And I was like, I'll just keep him in my room. So I go back to my apartment with Wrigley, thinking like, I just got to get the fuck out of this like fucking Stanley house. And fucking, as soon as I get there, fucking Sean and our mutual friend Chris come in through the door, and they're drunk from hanging out downtown. And Chris tells me, hey, I got this girl, you remember her name? And tells me the name. I'm like, yes, I do. She's like, dude, she was talking a lot about you. She was asking about you, so I gave her number. She should be calling you pretty soon. I'm like, what? And then right when he says that, ring, 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 is her. And literally it's like, she's like, I want to come over. And I'm like, hey, I'm dog sitting, so there's going to be a dog in the room. So it's literally being handed to me, I guess, as far as like, let's have a fun night tonight.
So pizza's being delivered to you.
It's being fucking delivered.
Yeah, and you just got to make sure to pick up the order.
And as an average guy, we got to take advantage of these opportunities.
Okay, I got you.
And she's a pretty girl, so we got to take advantage of these opportunities. So anyways, she comes over. I was like, Wrigley's he's just chill in the corner, whatever. So we have a fun night. It's all good. She doesn't set her alarm clock. She wakes up in the fucking morning, she's frantic, like, I got to go to work, which is like, I got to get ready. Oh my God. So she's like trying to grab her bra. She's trying to like find her panties. Yeah, she's just going off. And God damn it. I hate that fucking sound, dude. And so traumatizing. So anyways, like, she's like looking for shit, she can't find certain stuff. And she's like, I'll just find it later because she has to go. She takes off. And obviously it's like, I got to drop, Rich is coming back in the town and I got to drop Wrigley back off at the house before he gets in from the airport. So I go and I drop him off, right? All right, text Rich, thanks, everything was cool, Wrigley's cool, we got the food out, whatever. I go about my day. The next day I get a call from Rich. And he was like, hey, man, he's like, did you have a girl over at the spot last night? And he's cool if I do, because, And I was like, no. I got, me and Wrigley, I went back to the apartment. I just needed to chill in my bed, but Wrigley was with me. He's like, okay, but were you with the chick that night? And I was like, kind of like thrown back. I was like, yeah, I was. And he was like, oh, okay. And I was like, well, why? And he was like, dude, Wrigley was like sick, like all that day. And the next day I was like, if Wrigley's not better, I'm gonna take him to the vet because something's up. He seems off.
What did you do?
So check this out. So he's about to put Wrigley into the car, and Wrigley takes off into the front yard and just starts dry heaving like all crazy, and he throws up. And so Rich goes to see what the hell Wrigley threw up, and it's a fucking pair of panties. See ya. And I was like, oh my God, I'm the worst dog sitter ever. Like, I felt so fucking bad. I was like, Rich, I'm so sorry. Yeah, I was with the chick, And he's like, dude, no. Like, Wrigley eats like fucking socks and does this, so it's all good. He's good now. It's all good.
Dogs are known to eat panties, especially funky panties.
Well, I texted her and I was like, hey, I found your panties, bitch.
You should have just admitted it. Why you gotta lie? He didn't,
No, I didn't.
Like,
I didn't lie to him. I told him I was with a chick.
No,
I mean,
but you did at first. At
Well-
first, you're like, nah, I didn't have no chick over there.
Nah. Yeah. I don't want him thinking it's my panties and shit. So-
That's where you should have just kept up the lie. You should have
should've
been like,
said-
oh, those are mine. Oh, my bad, bro.
yeah, is there a
I
bow?
buy those online.
I should have said, is there a bow in front? Those are mine.
I smell those. I
Does
buy
it-
used ones online.
Does it say delicious in the back?
Hey, delicious.
Hey, what's up, baby? Shit.
Oh man.
Yeah, so that was
leave it to Gary to just like take us on this meandering story, only to just punch us in the face with something very shocking at the end, like your chlamydia story or your shitty Easter egg story.
Have you heard my AIDS story? Like,
I haven't heard your AIDS story, but I was
just kidding. Just kidding.
You go back to, I believe it was even episode 1. You go back to that, and that was the colon credentials. Mm-hmm. You had a necklace with a picture of your clean and cancer-free colon, wallet-sized pictures, 3 of them on a necklace.
So proud.
On a lanyard, to be more specific.
There's certain steps in your life that you take.
Yeah, you caught me. You catch me off guards with these stories because usually I'm like, where the fuck is this guy going? Like,
I can tell.
Yeah, I'm just like, where's he going? Like,
look, I always wrap it up around to the topic.
Yeah, I hope you wrap it up always, but yeah,
never.
I've learned over the years that you've experienced life, bro. Like I know you're tame now.
I'm super tame.
You're a businessman, but your past is unbelievable.
There's a lot of stories there. I'm surprised. Honestly, I'm surprised that I survived it. B, being an '80s kid, I'm so surprised I wasn't abducted. Because of me.
Well, are you really an '80s kid? Like when were you born?
77.
So like maybe half of the '80s you had like a solid memory.
Oh yeah.
Right? Because the beginning of the '80s, you're young. You're not really that experienced in the culture of the time.
But okay.
But you got the late '80s, so so you are an '80s kid.
I'm an '80s kid, man.
You're an '80s kid.
I'm 80s
Your
kid.
adolescence was in the late '80s.
Okay, so let me tell you about something that only happens in the '80s, and this deals with the first time I was on TV. What you saw was the third time. But the first time I was on TV,
third
yeah, the second time, I think,
okay,
can't talk about it. The lawyer said no.
Oh,
not just kidding. It's just stupid. But the first time I was like, this is like 83, 84. And every neighborhood has that one shitty house on it, right? It's unkept. There's a broken car in front of it. There's always there's a hoarder.
Stop talking about my house.
Well, I mean, fuck you, fucking got me Yeah,
that's
in
the
fucking
cleanest. That's the
alley.
cleanest spot.
I know, that's what I'm
outside.
saying.
Yes.
Yeah. Got cats nipping on my ankles. Yeah.
Yeah.
But the first time again I was on television, there was this fucking shitty house, right? And there was this kind of loner dude, found out later was a hoarder. This house erupts in flames, like big fucking flames. They call fire the firefighters, they come. It's like 2-3 trucks trying to, maintain this big fucking flame. So what happened was, and this is such an 80s thing, was that the guy, I guess, got drunk, cigarette in his hand, goes to sleep, and shit just like blows up. So,
okay.
So I'm a little kid with my older brother.
You leave the gas on or something? Like
No, I mean, this is an 80s story because
shit just blew up in the 80s?
Well,
just
it
like
didn't-
no reason?
No, it
Like-
didn't blow. But you know what I'm saying? When I say blow, I mean it erupted in flames. Like because everything was flammable back then.
And boom goes the dynamite.
Yeah. And so as soon as the cigarette drops on the fucking rug, it just takes off. So that's what happened. But this was all over the news as far as like just in general. This was a very 80s thing. Apartment fires, house fires, all because somebody had a cigarette in their hand and they passed out. And
This is probably why there was so many like stories of spontaneous combustion in the 80s.
maybe shit. I don't know.
It was a big
Shit.
deal back then.
It was a big deal.
Yeah.
So, anyways,
Sorry.
So no, this thing's on fire. Like it's an inferno. It's a big deal. And as little kids, 83, 84, 19 around that time, where me and my older brother are super excited, and we see the news crew come up, and we're like, fuck yeah, we go out there. And we see the reporter like live, whatever. But it's not live. They're just recording, whatever. And so we come back and we tell our mom, we got on television. We're just super excited about it. Not understanding the scope of what happened. This is a tragedy. And she's like, all right, well, 10 p.m. the news comes on, right? So we're waiting, and I'm sitting there all excited, like, fuck, I'm going to be on the news. I'm so excited. I'm going to be on the news. 10 p.m., we're like, breaking news on the west side, fire erupts and all this other shit. And the news reporter's there, like, yes, we're live here or whatever. And
On the scene.
On the scene, man. And you just see these two kids, me and my brother in the background, just jumping, like all excited. And then as we're jumping behind us, they're on a stretcher in a body bag. They're wheeling out the dude because he got burnt to a crisp, and he was just like because you could tell like by the body bag, it was like all high. His arms got stuck.
Oh no!
So all behind us, they're doing that, and we're just sitting there. And I remember my mom was just like, "Oh my god!" Like so embarrassed, And me and my brother are all high five. Like there's a dead dude. You know what I mean? That like he didn't deserve this, and we're just high fiving.
Y'all are just excited to be in front of the camera.
Exactly.
That's great. I wish I had video of that.
But see,
that would be awesome to watch.
That's a testament of the 80s. Back then it was shock news. That will never fly
No,
today.
you know what I was taught? I went to journalism school at Texas State University and San Antonio College. But they always taught if it bleeds, it leads. So you start off your newscast with the most gruesomest, bloodiest story you can do.
Yeah.
And that's what gets you ratings.
That's it, man.
It hooks you. It brings you in. If it bleeds, it leads.
Remember how big Jerry Springer got?
Dude, it's awful. Have you seen like, I forget what the show's called exactly, but it's like The Truth About the 90s or something, or like, the crazy 90s. And they talk about the reality TV. That was, I guess, it wasn't necessarily reality TV, but it was like talk show TV. I guess you call it what are they? I would call it tabloid TV is what it was.
Yeah, exactly.
And yeah, it was awful.
See, the
It was-
80s
it did us a disservice. It was like the earliest forms of brain rot from social media. I feel.
Well, I mean, what was that one guy? The Mouth. Fuck, man, it was before Jerry
Mouth?
Springer. Fuck, man, I can't remember.
Mouth? Geraldo?
No, it wasn't Geraldo. Fuck. Oh my god,
Maury?
I can't believe that.
Ricky Lake?
No, it's not Ricky Lake. That'd be funny. It's Ricky Lake. I'm gonna have to think about it and come back to you later. I want to say like he was just a rowdy guy. He was very extreme, whatever. But like I feel like it led into the Jerry Springer stuff, and then
Well, Geraldo was the guy who pioneered that. He was the guy that he sparked the revolution of shock talk shows.
Yeah.
Because Geraldo was the first one to actually, and this is all coming from those 90s documentaries I watched the other day, actually like a year ago. But
Yeah.
anyway, Geraldo's the one who sparked all that off. And yeah, it was a terrible era of television, if you ask me.
Okay. Fair enough.
Jumping into the comments here.
What's up, y'all? Welcome.
21 for Life, Hall of Fame. Shout out to Tim Duncan.
Yes.
He says, usually the last home game of the UTSA football season is when they make paella. These dudes make a freaking giant paella. You know how paella is usually cooked in the big-ass thing?
Oh, yeah.
They do this at the tailgate. I believe their tailgate group is called Los Rowdies Primos.
Okay.
And so Rowdy is, Roadrunner's mascot. So they're the cousins of Rowdy. And they every year at the home game. Have you ever been to UTSA tailgate, by the way?
I haven't.
Oh, you're missing out, bro.
Yeah.
Well, I'm sure one of the best tailgates I've been to in Texas.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. Yeah. I've been to some UT ones, but obviously I got to show love for UTSA. So
Yeah.
absolutely down. We should check one out. We should do a live stream there. I think that'd be fucking fun as fuck.
That would be cool. I've been actually researching how to do these, like they call them IRL live streams, like in real life. You have to get these backpacks that have like video switchers and modems in them to do it properly. But I've come up with like a kind of a generic way to do it. So I think we can actually make that happen at some point.
Well, I'm totally down for that. And going back to paella, when I was in Spain, I probably ate about
Were you in
2 tons of that shit.
Were you in Barcelona?
Yes, I was.
Barcelona?
Barcelona.
Yeah, okay.
Have you been there?
I've been there, yes.
Yeah, and I like it. I like Barcelona.
I love Barcelona.
Yeah, it's one. God damn it.
Yeah. I actually I went to a Barcelona FC soccer match, football as they call it across the pond, and I went to Camp Nou, which is the stadium in Barcelona, legendary stadium.
Yep, it is.
And Messi was on the team. This was like 2000, I want to say 18, maybe 19, probably 18. He sets the record for most goals in a game for any Barcelona player ever. And it was hilarious because, like, it was a blowout. They were playing, like, Valladolid, which is a shitty-ass team in Spain, like almost a minor league team. So they blew them out. But, like, Messi was scoring all these goals, and I had no idea, like, he was setting records. And I got up. I was like, oh, we better get out of the stadium before the game ends. You don't do that. You don't do that in Barcelona.
Yeah, you don't.
You don't leave until the final whistle blows because people will get pissed at your ass. As soon as you stand up, they're like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Sit down. Game's not over. But in like complete Spanish, just crazy, crazy Spanish.
Yeah, this in Miami, like you stay to the bitter end.
You have to stay to the end. And what's
Got you,
funny
man.
is they don't serve any alcohol at Camp Nou in Barcelona.
Gay.
No alcohol, but
Gay.
It's surrounded by bars. And until you literally walk through security, there's dudes hawking, cans of what do they have over there? Estrella.
Estrella. Yeah, that's
Cans
right.
of Estrella. They're just like hawking them over there.
That's like our Lone Star.
Yeah, it's like their Lone Star.
See,
over
every
there.
country I go to or whatever, I always have to have their version of Lone Star. And that's what that was. So
You gotta try it. You gotta try it.
Oh, yeah.
Amsterdam, their Lone Star in Amsterdam is freaking Heineken.
Yeah,
You know?
Heineken, man.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's Heineken.
It smells like fart water.
Yeah, yeah.
Cool.
Let's give a shout out to the official composer of LG's house and everything that I've ever done in my entire life. Apparently,
Gene. Oh, God,
Gene Centeno's up in here.
The God.
The guy,
myth,
the
legend.
I should say, Dr. Gene Centeno is up in here. Doctor of jazz studies. If I correct me if I'm wrong, Gene, but
And a real quick shout out to my homeboy Adrian for joining. Thank you. Yo.
what's up, Adrian?
good guy.
Naf cheesy?
Not cheesy.
Not cheesy?
So sorry.
Not fucking cheesy?
Yeah. He ain't
Adrian
cheesy,
ain't
bro.
fucking cheesy, bro. Yeah.
But no, me and him, we go back to high school at John Jay, so we're like old school hardcore friends. So yeah, thank you, Adrian, for joining. But Gene,
I love people jumping here. Gene.
Gene.
My G right there. Gene composed the song for Mike Taylor and Rudy J's show In the Building. That intro music. That Gene composed that.
Gene, man.
And let me tell you a story about that.
Okay.
I called Gene and I was like, "Hey man, I need an intro. Rudy J's joining Mike Taylor. We're gonna launch this new show called In the Building." And I was like, and he was like, well, what you feeling? What type of style? And I was like, I need like a West Coast style. And dude, not 20 minutes later, I had the dopest West Coast beat I've ever heard in my inbox, just ready to fucking go. And I was like, and he's like, yo, you need me to make any changes? You need me to do this and that? I'm like, no, bro, it's perfect. Like, you're good.
If I can have a slither of talent, like if Gene can just shave off some of this beautiful talent that he has in his brain onto me, yeah, I would be like 10,000 times better than anything I did musical. Like Gene, I looked up to you like so much. Like you are. And the thing about Gene was that like he had an edge to him, you know, and he understood what me and Jeff were trying to do with our comedy like rap shit. Oh, and he knew that we were trolling. And Gene, I got a funny story with this. Okay, so remember, Gene, you're in the band The Jazz Junkies when you're going to school in San Marcos. Mm-hmm. And
they used to play at that coffee shop. I forgot the name of it. But yeah.
But there was that other venue that always was played at. I forgot the name of it, Gene. Please remind me.
Triple Crown.
Triple Crown.
Yep.
It's Triple Crown.
Triple Crown.
So
R.I.P. Triple Crown. It's not there anymore.
Is that there no more?
No.
But it was a very big, well-known venue where a lot of like acts will come through, and it was really, really good. And Gene loved me and Jeff's shit. Like he was like probably one of like the number one supporter. And I say that because he's the one that got us shows, you know, like, and I remember him with the Jazz Junkies, and he was like, Gary, I want y'all to like open up for us. And, you know, he's telling this with me and Jeff there in the room, we were just kicking back, chilling. And I remember telling him, I was like, are you sure? Like, are you cool? And he's like, nah, like, I am sure. Like, I want y'all to open up for us. We're like, okay, cool, man. So I remember like I was so nervous because our show at the time, like, I think he knew this, but he knew that it was just going to be like we put beats on and we freestyle and we make fun of the audience.
It was highly offensive, to tell you the truth. So for we got to put a little bit of backstory because a lot of people don't know.
Please do.
Who you are.
Please do.
Gary and one of our good friends, Jeff Anderson, had this rap comedy duo show that y'all would do.
Yeah.
Am I putting that correctly?
Yeah,
I'm not sure how to phrase that.
You are.
It's hard to put it. You know, it's hard to label it.
You're right. You're right.
It was like Andy Kaufman meets hip hop meets like.
You're right.
Dave Chappelle, Dice Clay, like these like offensive, dry humor that was ahead of its time. Honestly, it was ahead of its time.
Yeah,
and nobody
got it.
Nobody got it at the time. No. There was actually a DJ gig I did, and it was a Gonsamble gig. So Gene and myself were in this band called Gonsamble that would do like hip hop jazz, basically. Mm-hmm. Beautiful. And I hate to just like generalize it into that because it was much more than that. But
it was.
But anyway, you guys opened up for us one day at a bar called Rebar.
We got bad,
which is still there on Broadway. Rebar. Shout out to
We
Rebar.
got banned.
And I don't remember the name of the owners there, but shout out to them because they paid my bills for almost a decade. Anyway, we opened up there, or you opened up for Gonsamble there one night. Mm-hmm. And I just remember Jeff went up there. He did a few songs. And then there was at one moment he just goes up on stage and he goes, hey, I need to ask y'all a question. Who's got AIDS? Do you got AIDS? Which one of you guys have AIDS? And it was just literally
Silence,
like crickets.
Bro. Crickets, bro. Yes, that was it. That was trolling.
Yeah. And then he literally like just dropped the mic and that was the end of y'all's set.
That was it, and, bro. We summed it up with that bow tie of AIDS on it.
Chris Rivera, who was the general manager of Rebar at the time, walked up to me during because we went on and started playing. Yeah. And I was the DJ there, so I was kind of just in the background doing shit. He comes up to me and just whispers into my ear and he was like, "Hey, guy, if you ever let those guys open up for you again, we'll never let you play here."
Yeah, man. Fuck yeah. And we got him, bro. We got him. That's what we wanted, bro.
And I was just like, yeah, I understand.
But see, okay, so yes, you said some comparisons there, Andy Kaufman, Andrew Duskey. But honestly, like another thing that we had in there was a Gigi Allen.
Oh yeah, you did.
Yeah. So our thing, one of my
that whole AIDS thing was real Gigi Allen style.
Well,
real.
so
Yeah.
Gigi Allen's like a real fucked up like shit. Like y'all look it up. He's like a crazy shit rocker. Like he's just a piece of shit.
Literally shit.
Just a piece of shit, man.
He dealt with shit a lot.
But no, he's really just a piece of shit. Like, so I do not want to put him on a fucking pedestal. But anyways, like, but me and Jeff were super drawn to the act that he was doing. And he wasn't faking it, but like we were kind of like, okay, let's apply that, but comedy to where we get banned like he did from every show that he did.
Yeah.
So our main goal was to do every single show, get banned.
You're trying to get banned.
Yeah, get banned
Yeah.
so that our CD would be called Banned in Texas.
Oh, it's like Two Live Crew, like banned in the USA.
Yeah, but we truly got banned, and we did. And we're on that path, and it leads to like the Triple Crown. You know,
I love you long time.
we go to the Triple Crown with Gigi. With Gene, and he's just like, yeah, go for it, because he knew what's up. He loved our shit, and that's why I love fucking Gene and Carl. Like they truly, like, they got it. They knew that we were trolling. The word wasn't trolling back then. It was just more of like being weird and crazy. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
but
there wasn't a
trolling.
word. Yeah, I guess there was a word for it, but I can't.
Maybe it was another word, but it
has
wasn't
to have
trolling.
been a word for it.
But the word is trolling. That's what we were
It
doing.
was you were trolling the audience.
We were trolling
you were
the
Andy
audience.
Kaufman when he became a wrestler, basically. Yes,
That's it. That is the summary of it. That's why we have that YouTube with some of Jeff's stuff on it. So anyways, like we do that. It's a packed fucking show. I'm nervous as fuck. I'm smoking a blunt before, doing shots, trying to like, because I have to freestyle rap. I mean,
You're smoking reefers?
I'm not a freestyle rapper. Like Jeff is. I'm just faking it, trying to have fun, but like I got to be on stage with him. So we fucking do this, and we insult the whole audience. Everyone fucking gets up and leaves. I'm fucking like, I feel bad. I feel so bad because Gene's on the side laughing his ass off, but I can't tell if like I fucked up his night. I can't get off the stage. I'm like, man, I'm sorry, dude. And he's like, dude, that was fucking brilliant. And I was like, oh my God, thank you, Gene. And all I needed was validation from my master. Fucking Gene.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like the person I look up to musical.
You definitely had an acquired taste, I should say, of comedy, but it's definitely comedy I can understand and I appreciate. And we need to actually bring in some of these things from your past as video elements on this show.
Absolutely.
In a future episode.
No, absolutely.
Yeah.
I'm
And Gene, and Gene, if you're down to come on and do an interview, I'm sure we can, safe for all of us to talk about. But there's plenty of stories in our past that we could, bring up. We don't want to tarnish anybody. We don't want to call anyone out, but we can dance around it. Some of the details and. There's some stories we can talk about.
No, Gene,
bro.
we are gonna.
There's some stories.
We're gonna put you on this podcast, Gene.
We're gonna put you on the spot, bro. We're gonna pull the curtain way back.
No, we got it, bro.
Talk about all the dirty shit.
No, I knew Gene when he had dreads, man. That's how that's like the timeline, man. Way back.
Reggae Gene was my favorite Gene, by the way.
Reggae Gene, man.
Reggae Gene went hard.
Reggae Gene. Reggae Gene. Yeah. So,
Reggae Gene went hard for sure.
Yeah, Gene, bro.
For sure.
Yeah, Gene, we got you,
Well,
bro.
damn.
We got you, my man.
Anytime, brother. Yeah, I appreciate you, Gene. Let's jump into the comments here real quick.
Yes, please.
Blah, 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 blah. Wrigley is a great name for a dog, by the way.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, it's a good name.
Okay, cool. Yeah. I thought it was weird. But cool.
Adrian's in here from North Star Mall. Did LG ever say why he left in the building? I did.
Yes, you did.
I didn't go into, extreme details, obviously, because I'm a professional. But, rewind it. You can check it out. Let's see here. Howard Stern. I don't know what you're referring to, James.
Hey, what's Gene's handle so people can listen to Gene's music? What's his Instagram? Or Gene, if you can, please type it out.
I'll pull it up right here.
Yeah, we got to expose the truth.
Gin, I believe it's Gingy.
Gingy, Hey, Gene, sorry that I missed your album out. I believe that was in Austin. I believe is it Monks?
Oh yeah, he had just.
No.
Sorry, I'm hearing like
Me too.
something weird in my background here.
I'm hearing it too. That's when the SWAT comes in. Get on the fucking ground. We got swatted. Fuck. God damn it. I flinch. I get shot. Ah, fuck.
I'm trying to find it on. Yeah, Gene, if you're still listening, drop your handles in there, and we'll promote the shit out of you. I know he's got like an instrumental beats album on Apple Music and Spotify and everywhere you get MP3s and music. Him and Tommy Howard, another great musician from the San Antonio area. Here we go. I'm gonna put it up. You can follow Gene at Gene Cen _3 GCEN_3.
Master.
Gene, drop your album name and title in there, Gene, if you can.
Yeah, we gotta hear these notes. These sweet notes.
So San Antonio has some hidden musicians. You just have to dig deep. You gotta dig deep.
That's the thing I was trying to tell people in Austin. I lived in Austin for 20 years, and there's a lot of musicians, and there's a lot of people that I respect. I got so many friends that are master drummers, master bass players, great songwriters, singers, all this other stuff. And I do let them know, like, I try to, like, just represent a little bit and say, no, there's so many hidden gems and talents in San Antonio that people just don't know about. I'm not gonna lie, with Gonsamble, I thought y'all were gonna make it. I get it. It's root, like, people, if they're gonna hate it, but it sounds like the Roots or whatever. But like, I just felt like it was y'all's own energy.
It didn't sound like the Roots.
That's what see, the haters and the people that don't understand are gonna say that, right?
Yeah.
So, but I'm just saying, like, it was more than that, and y'all had y'all's own sound. And I used to love going to y'all's fucking shows. It was such a fun thing. I'm not gonna lie, I really thought that y'all were gonna, like, make it. Like, to an extent.
If you want to listen to the band that he's talking about, you can go to soundcloud.com and search for Gonsamble.
Oh, fuck yeah, man.
And there's a ton of tracks on here that you can listen to. This is San Antonio homegrown music right here. Mm-hmm. Little Austin and Denton flavor in there as well.
For sure, man.
Denton, the school of musicians up there at North Texas.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
But yeah, check it out. If you are familiar with SoundCloud, just search for Gonsamble, the ensemble that is gone.
Do y'all have like a memorable show that you did with Gonsamble? Or nothing sticks out, just kind of everything was flowing really, really well. Like,
man,
no one throwing a beer at y'all?
I didn't. Well, I mean, I wasn't with the band for every show, so I don't. Man, it's hard to tell. Well, it's hard for me to remember. We had some good shows at Sunset Station. We had some really bad shows, though, man. Like, yeah, it was the struggles of being like like an underpaid musician with a 5 or 6 piece band, and we all got to split the cost. We had horns, freaking drum. It wasn't just like a DJ. It was like. We had conga player, we had freaking horn, trumpet, MCs, keyboard players, guitar players, upright bassist. Like, it's not.
There's a lot of stuff.
It was a lot of stuff, man, and it just. I remember more of the bad gigs than I do the good gigs, which isn't a good thing.
Well, I think that's just that's the musicianship in you. Like, it's almost like being like an NBA player. Like, they don't remember all the good; they remember the bad games they just lost, like the 1-second shots and things of that nature. So that's just how it's being a musician. I remember obviously meeting your brother through Jeff, which is a mutual best friend of ours, of course. And
shout out to the brother; he's actually up in the chat right now on Twitch.
What? Where's he? What?
Yep.
Oh, in Twitch. What's up, man? What's up? What's up, Mike? I got some stories with Mike, man. And but I remember him telling me like, hey, you got me my younger brother. He scratches, and I remember you brought your the first time I met you. You brought all your tables over. You had these big fucking
turntables.
Just 20-inch speakers, like woofers and everything. And you're just sitting there fucking just scratching and doing your fucking thing and like rocking it. And I was like, damn, this is fucking cool as hell, man. So to see it transition into, of course, like now you're in like Gonsamble, I was like, this makes total sense. Like, because to me at the time,
well,
like,
I appreciate the opportunity.
Yeah,
I wasn't the best DJ at that moment, and my scratching skills were.
You're doing it,
but I maintained.
Oh, you did it, bro. You did it. You got it down, bro. You got it down.
Shout out to the brother. Give the brother a follow on Twitch.
What's up, Mike?
Yeah, his handle is Isn't It Ionic? Don't you think?
Hey, remember, Mike, when you punched that guy in Indo at the bar? Do you
Don't
remember?
get me started on that.
Yeah,
man.
we'll
Don't
come
get
back
me
to
started. That's a story for another day.
That's another.
Yeah.
When we have Mike, when we have you here at the table, I will bring that up, and I hope you remember that. I think
We got to get the brother on. I
Got
haven't had the brother on a stream.
Yeah.
He says no comment. Yeah, no comment.
Yeah. Let's.
Yeah.
Hey, I mean that's international waters. I think you're fine. As far as I remember, what you told
We
me,
weren't on the water at the point, but
you
but
know
it's
what
not USA.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
you know what I mean. But you told me he deserved it, and I guess he did. Fuck it. I'm on your brother's side. You know, even though I know about your brothers.
Stories from Jakarta. We'll do a segment on that, or Indonesia stories.
I think that.
So for those of you who don't know, Gary, I actually traveled with him to Indonesia at one point, and I showed him around, and he was ordering pizza every chance he could. So yep,
got you.
I mean, when in Rome, right?
Or mi goreng. Ordering mi goreng, right? Is that it? Is that
You
it?
had all the mi goreng and nasi goreng you could have. Yeah,
and we shot videos of it.
We shot videos of a lot of it.
We can
there's
probably,
some things that just stay over there.
I feel you. Okay, the prostitute's fine.
There.
I got it.
Whoa.
Duh.
Huh?
Duh.
There was so much shit I wanted to get into, but we just went off in these tangents.
Bro,
and
hey, see, this is the thing about this podcast. What we do with LG's house, free flowing.
why do I even create a rundown? Like we should just bullshit our way through every episode. I had all these things that were interesting that are happening around the San Antonio area, but we ended up. I don't even know what we talked about. We just bullshitted our way through.
Well, I blame Gene. He gets me all excited, and I go off in these tangents when I just see his name, and I just go off in these fucking tangents. I blame Eugene. Thank you, Gene.
Yeah, but
hey, everybody, love y'all in the chats, man.
Thanks for tuning in. And yes, I did sort of explain. There's more details to it, and the exact specifics. They'll never come out. But I'm here now, so please, for those of you who are watching on Twitch. For those of you who are watching on X, formerly Twitter, my flagship channel is on YouTube at DJLG210. Please head over there, hit the subscribe button. My analytics are telling me that 40% of you motherfuckers watching right now are not subscribed.
Come on, hit it. Hit the button.
It's free to subscribe.
Come on.
Hit that subscribe button.
Come on, please do.
Give us some love over here.
Give us some love. Give us some love, and we'll buy you a shot.
Yep. And I want in on that paella.
Oh yeah, yes,
next
sir.
UTSA last home game of the season.
We're gonna be there.
We're
gonna be.
We
there.
need to hit some tailgates. We
Okay.
need to hit some tailgates
Down
for
for
sure. Thank you. Appreciate everyone in the chat that has been participating.
Much love.
And interacting with us today. This has been an episode of LG's House. Coming up tomorrow at 8 p.m., I will be back in this chair with the biggest Puma. And the captain will be doing a sports cave, talking about all the reaction to Gregg Popovich stepping back as head coach and allowing Mitch Johnson to take the reins. Is it the right choice? Should Pop have done this? Of course he should have done this. He had a stroke, but I'm about to play Origami. Origami by Gene Centeno.
We know that beat.
Shout out to Gene.
Shout out, Gene.
Motherfucking sucking on your ball sack. Yeah.
I don't know about all that.
I know. That's my rhyme.
Oh, okay.
I always go gay. This is how it is.
Oh, when in doubt,
Semen that I'm leaving on your belly. Yeah.
Well, that's, that could go both ways.
Yeah.
It's
Fecal
not
matter on my
necessarily-
bladder.
Not necessarily gay. Well, that might be.
That's gay.
Yeah.
Not that there's anything wrong with that.
No, not at all, bro.
Yeah,
It's
not
all
at
good, bro. Peace. Fecal matter on my bladder.